Let's get back now to this big travel weekend. This is where many of you might be headed this morning, the beach. This is a live look from our Ocean City camera. I love that. More than 350,000 vehicles are expected to cross the Bay Bridge, heading to the ocean between today and Monday. And guess who is among them? Jess Arnold. She is across the bridge. She did so nice and early. Jess, the best time to cross might be right now.
Exactly. Yeah, AAA says if you really want to beat the traffic, you're going to want to head out the door before noon, or you're going to have to wait it out until 7 p.m. Again, that's if you want to beat the traffic. But I know you don't want to miss any time by the beach. So after our show is over, pack up, get out the door. That's your best bet. In terms of what we're seeing here on the Bay Bridge, I just took a look behind me and we're definitely seeing more headlights, more cars on the road start to pick up within the last hour, but we'll really see it start to get busy here in a couple of hours. I would be predicting, or even, just by 7 o'clock as the sun starts to come up here. But in terms of more busy roads, AAA says we'll see more of that on Sunday and Monday in particular. So when you're coming home, they suggest that you leave before noon on Sunday and before 10 a.m. on Monday. Now, to measure and forecast their travel trends, a AAA spokesperson told our team yesterday that they look at travel bookings, and they found that those are about 9% higher than this time last year. And when it comes to what you're paying at the pump, AAA says gas prices are down about 40 cents from the same time last year, so that's always good news. But watch out for risky drivers when you're on the road. Always a good piece of advice, but particularly now, there's new data from Arity, which is part of Allstate Insurance, which shows that speeding over 80 miles an hour is up 83%. Thankfully, though, one good piece of news, distracted driving has dropped the last 3 Labor Days, so let's keep that trend going. Now, AAA offered some other tips to keep you and your family safe before you even head out on the roads.
This is the time of year when we have dead batteries and flat tires. And a big reason for that is the heat. So if you can do a couple of those things in your driveway, that's going to help alleviate, that huge headache that can always ruin a road trip. And that's if you're stranded alongside the road.
Now, Allison, I want to ask you before I send it back to you in studio, I took a look at the AAA travel trends, and what do you think is the biggest destination, the most traveled to city for Labor Day weekend in the country?
Well, because my heart is here, of course I'm going to say Washington, D.C.
It should be. We know we're going to see a lot of crowds out here, but it's actually Seattle, Washington, which is super interesting. And staying on that side of the country, they said another really popular destination the last few years has been Alaskan cruises, which is definitely on my bucket list. So really cool.
Oh, I meant to say Washington. Not D.C.
Yeah, different Washington.
That's interesting. I would have never, ever guessed that. Jess, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Our coverage of Labor Day travel continues in about 15 minutes at 6:20. Jonathan has your beach forecast on this National Beach Day and the weather at some top airports, too. And speaking of airports, coming in at 6:30 this morning, we're going to take you live out to Reagan National to see how the overnight ground stop is impacting air travel this morning.